So what can you do with this statement that I just gave you in your content, in your expression, in your speech, in your speaking, in your communicating with people? Help them remind that no matter how disempowered they can become, no matter what people say, no matter what people do, you can still find it inside of you to transform. That's your power. That's your potential.
Yeah. So actually, you reminded me of my first reason why I'm doing what I'm doing. Sometimes I'm getting disaligned in a way that I want to add more, add until I forget the very crucial
I love that
core
you say that.
story.
I love that you say that because
So
this is the core.
thank you for reminding me actually.
You reminded yourself. I'm just here as a mirror.
I'm forgetting the basic things that most people need to hear from me. So I so instead of me keep sharing about the advanced learning that I've already executed, but not everybody can execute the advanced one.
100%.
So
100%.
thank you for that. So I
So
had to go back to the basic again.
yeah.
I even forgotten about the book that I have written. So that's actually my secret sauce. And I haven't shared much about that.
Yeah, let's go back to that. Simplicity. And I love that you say that because this is exactly why it's a remembrance process. To be honest, the answer is already inside of you. And this is just a process of really bringing out all the answers.
And of course, reminding me of the answer is already within me. Not everybody know how to find that answer.
This is the how.
And the answer is a mentor like you.
Yeah, I mean, this is the process, right? Now, let's talk about the next step, right? So this is step number one, really understanding your passion, why you're exciting. Is very simple, very natural. It energizes you. Second thing is like, what are the problems in the world that you see and what are you inspired to solve and why is it important to you? When you bring those two together, you eventually get to this potential naturally. There's something that hits home, that remembers, oh, this is so simple, this is why I'm here, this is who I am, and this is who I want to be, right? So this is like a potential, and the way I explain this is like a seed. The seed, okay? And now we want to grow the tree. And you gotta imagine now, like, what are the fruits of this seed? And the seed came from the your creation story of like, being a helper. You go through all those pain and struggle. It helps you find your purpose, what's meaningful, what's exciting. And then eventually this seed, which is what you found just now, in the self-empowerment statement, is to grow the tree. So this is your vision. And the way I work with vision with people is that, look, dream as big, as loud, as crazy as you can, then reverse engineer it, right? Let's just say 10 years. And then you want to reverse engineer, this is your 5 years. This is your 3 years. This is your 1 year. And over here is your 6 months, right? Then you can make a stepping stone on knowing how and map out where you want to go, right? And to do this, we cannot use our logical mind. We cannot use our traditional goal setting way, right? What's smart, right? Specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time bound, right? That's what people is teaching you. No, I don't think you can use that to really look at your vision. In fact, what I would like to do with you right now is to imagine yourself 10 years from now, 2035, right? Based on the intention that you have, which is really about self-empowerment, to reclaim, help people remember and reclaim their human basic rights and dignity and, who they are. What can that look like from a 10 years perspective? And imagine that you take every step of the way, you grew, you took a mentorship, you grew, you transform, you change, you say yes to your highest potential. What would that look like in 10 years?
I'm already watching the people who follow me.
I mean, let's do it now together. I'm gonna take you into a process because right now, if you just answer me like that, you're using your left brain, you're using what is known to you, what you already know. So I'm gonna guide you through a process, all right? You don't have to write anything, I'm gonna guide you through a process. And this is where we use the power of imagination. The power of imagination is the power that helps you to break through. It's where human creates all sorts of new inventions. And it's also where human has the greatest breakthrough. right? Imagination as well is our ability to go beyond our limitations. So here's what we're gonna do. You're gonna take a deep breath.
Should I close my eyes?
You can close your eyes. You should close your eyes. I was gonna say that. And you relax your body. We did a lot of thinking. You gotta let that go right now, and then come back to your breath. Consciously scan through your body. And as you scan through your body, imagine that it's like, taking a light, highlighting each and every part of your body with love, with gratitude that you're here now in this space to be creative. And as you place your awareness through from the top of your head all the way down, as you slow down your breath as well, you're activating what it means to be present. Let's take a few more breaths here. Creating trust, creating safety in the moment. That all is well. You're guided by the universe, you're guided by your higher self and your soul. Now place the center of your awareness, your attention on your heart space. See if you can listen to your heartbeat. And really just feel your heart pumping in its own rhythm, recognizing its presence and tuning into that spiritual center of simply just knowing your truth. Now as you slow down even more, you feel even more relaxed. Connect to the feelings of gratitude. What it means to be here now. What it means to be who you are in your life. And really sense this feeling of acceptance. Giving yourself full permission to create, to rewrite your story, to evolve your beliefs, and to step into a new possibility. Now in your imagination now, I invite you to go into your theater of your mind. And when I say imagination, I'm talking Disney, Pixar, all the beautiful cartoons that you have watched, and allow yourself to be a little bit childlike right now, to be a little bit playful. And remember, as you imagine, use your senses to see, feel, hear, sense, taste, touch, and experience as if this 10-year vision that we are about to get into is already here. So imagine now, 10 years down the road, you have made changes to your life. You have become a new person. You have overcome challenges. And you have lived the best life possible. You have met the greatest people, and everybody conspires to help you, assist you to realize your dreams. And one day, as you walk down the cafe that you usually walk down into, you saw Chiron in the cafe drinking his coffee. You saw me, you say hi to me with a lot of excitement because we have not met each other for a while. And then you say, hey Chiron, I really want to tell you about how the last 10 years has unfolded. And then you're there telling me your story about your greatest achievements, celebrations, and successes. In a moment, whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes and then you can start writing things down of what you're gonna be telling me.
Okay, got
Yeah,
it.
write it down.
Okay.
Okay, tell me your vision.
So you asked me just now, right? When I already see you, what should I tell to you?
Yeah, tell me now as if it's already happening.
So, what I've seen in my meditation, right? That I'm so excited today that I already created my health and wellness healing centers for entrepreneurs. And also, all the creative minds from all over the world came and helped me to build that platform. And during the meditation, actually, while I'm on my way to your place, someone called me who is a doctor. she's a lady, and she needed my help. I want you to come to me, and I want you to advise me because I'm lost. And because of these toxic people around her, and it's also happening to me. But of course, I'm more advanced because I already have the tools. And actually, while I was on the grab, I was on call with her. Mada, I really need your help. So it's all connected, I believe.
Healing center.
That's my dream ever
Okay.
since 2018.
All right.
And you know the reason why I
Yeah.
wanted that very badly?
Why?
It is because I myself gone through so many illnesses that no one liked to experience and lost. And through that healing center that I'm going to create is where people come and learn the simple tools for them to heal from the cellular level and to create the things that they really want to do in life.
Awesome.
And of course, you're always part of there actually. Because I see you as my 10 step ahead of me, doing this together.
All right.
And
Fun.
I choose you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. All right. So let's continue to make that a reality so that it's not just a conceptual, but it starts there, right? That little seed of yours, which is like, all right, I really just want to empower people and, help them come home to themselves, right? To understand that they have this human nature inside of them, that they are actually a divine being, they actually have human rights, they actually deserve self-respect. And then this seed is going to grow into the big tree. Imagine that the big tree and the fruition of what this seed is a healing center, right? Now, we won't be able to do this right now because I would like to actually, go through the other steps, right? But what you can do in your own time from this healing center, now that you know this is your North Star, right? This is where you want to go. Here's what you can do, right? What is 1 or 2 steps behind the healing center?
Retreat.
Retreats, right? Maybe you start running retreats. What is 1 or 2 steps behind a retreat?
Like doing our thing together
What's our thing?
to promote your program.
Promote my program, not just me, right? So
Because I am the messenger, remember?
yeah, but it's not
Messenger
just
and
my
the bridge.
program. You have other creators,
Yes.
right? That you seek and you break connection with. You create your summit, right? That you say that you want to do. Online, in-person summits where you bring the greatest minds of healing and wellness come together and share their gifts and people can attend. What's 1 or 2 steps before that?
Interviewing people and
Interviewing, right? Podcasting,
podcasting and sharing stories.
sharing stories, right? In whatever platform that you love. And what's 1 and 2 steps before that? Which is the next 6 months. What are you going to do?
Selling some. That's why I discussed to you last time that I was asking the universe because I'm just the messenger. I was this storyteller.
You're not just the messenger, you are the messenger. There's a
Yeah.
difference.
So I keep creating content that can resonate with my niche.
So building a community.
I emptied my mind just now.
It's already happening. It's already happening, but just make it more concrete. Now you have real action steps that you know each milestones. 6 months, 1 year, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years. You know where you're gonna go, and these are your stepping stones. Now we are becoming more and more practical, right? Do you see it? And just because you set this in a 10-year perspective doesn't mean you have to wait for 10 years for this to happen. The reason why we have this is not because that's our plan. No. The reason why we have this is because it's so that we can start now. There's no point having a vision that is nice and beautiful, and this is why vision board don't work. Because you build it, it's beautiful, and then you did nothing with it. Instead, you know what your biggest vision is. Then the question is, how can you be that person and do the things of that person that will create this. Right?
Yeah, to have this specific tool actually.
Yeah, which is the next step. So we have passion, purpose, vision. Then we have values. And values 1, values 2, values 3, values 4, values 5. Okay, right? Now I want to share a quote with you. Brandon Burkhardt, you know this guy?
Yeah.
Right? He said something that I recently saw, I want to share. He says that it's not just what I want to achieve, it's who I want to become.
Interesting.
Right? And the vision, it's not about doing the vision, it's who you get to become. So the next question, as you connect to your vision in terms of your journaling, or you can just say it out loud to me, is who is that person living that vision? Who is the Amanda that is already having the Healing and Wellness Center? How is she like? How does she behave? What values does she carry? Name 5 values. All right, so what's your values again?
Compassionate.
Authenticity, you say the first one?
Yes.
Is it?
Authenticity.
So authenticity. What else?
Loving person.
What?
Loving person.
Loving person. So love.
Or compassionate. Yeah.
Compassionate. Love and compassion. Okay, what else?
Lead by example.
Lead by example, meaning?
The truth. It seems like kind
Truth.
of like authenticity also.
Lead by example, so integrity?
Lead by truth.
Lead by truth. Okay, I like that.
Humility.
Humility. What does that mean?
It seems like it's also the same like.
It's okay, we'll define them later, but you know roughly what does humility mean to you?
Oh my goodness, it seems like I'm getting blank.
It's okay, I'll guide you through that. What's one more? Remember, 10 years Amanda. Matured, strong, wise,
Confident.
confident. Okay, confident person. All right, I mean, we'll see, right? Again, different personal growth spaces use values in a very different way, right? But this is where I say it's not about what they define it for you, it's how you define it for yourself. Okay, so let's go through a conversation of like, how do you define authenticity?
Authenticity in a way that I don't have to filter my words.
Okay,
So,
so
by
showing up as you are,
Yes.
including being vulnerably yourself, showing your imperfection, telling your stories, being unapologetic, right? That's, I mean, I know as you can see when I say those things, we are starting to paint the picture of who this Amanda is, right? So great. So you have a very clear understanding of what authenticity is. Some you're not very clear with definitions, so let's look at what that is. What does compassion and love mean to you?
compassion, it's something that very deep into my well-being.
Your well-being. So
That I
doing your
understanding-
breathing, yoga, meditation, and then understanding.
And understanding the other people.
Understanding other people, meaning how would you show up? What kind of behaviors is someone who is understanding?
So understanding in a way that, for me, right, being compassionate doesn't mean that I have to tell them what I don't like about the person, but I understand them in a way that I have to give some statement that they understand without hurting themselves.
So it's like effective communication as well, right? To be able to share and guide without hurting them, without, you know how some people can advise and guide, but also at the same time hurting others by saying the truth. I think it was one of the Buddhist things that I've learned is that, they ask, when you say something, is it kind, is it loving, is it compassionate, is it useful, right?
And that's very important to me because I was around with people who don't have the compassion. They're very brutally, they are very brutal.
Brutally honest.
And they're very toxic. And then
Yeah.
that's where I can define compassion at. We have to, I have to treat people the same, not just showing up on public to being nice.
Yeah. And it's really connected to authenticity, but it sounds like it's a lot of care, in this second value.
It
and,
is.
and having the skill and wisdom to communicate effectively, right? As a behavior. So what does leading by truth means to you?
Leading by truth is something that I have to tell the truth without lies.
And as a result of that, who do you think you will become? Like, what do you embody as a result of that?
Trustworthy person.
Trustworthy,
Yeah.
right? Someone who is very trustworthy and you share your truth, even though it's hard, and to be able to speak honestly with someone else, right? Lead by truth. Humility. What does that
This
mean
one
to
is a
you?
very deep. Humility is something that it's kind of like authentic too. I have to be honest with what I'm telling to the world without hurting other people.
So it sounds like transparency. It also sounds like, oh, I don't have to put on a mask to prove that I am strong and powerful. I can also show my dark times and my weakness, and to show that I'm still learning. Is that what humility is?
Yeah.
To be a student of life. Does that sound correct for you?
Yes.
Right? It's like, okay, I don't know it all. I don't have to pretend that I have to know it all. I just show up as I am, which is kind of connected to authenticity. But it's like being a student.
That's correct.
That's
Yeah.
correct? Okay. Confident, what does that mean to you?
Confident in every areas of life that I have to confidently share my statement.
Yeah. What does that mean to you? Like, because there are moments in time that you're not capable and you don't feel as confident. And how do you show up when that moment comes?
Being vulnerable.
Being
Just be
vulnerable.
authentic. Again, always go back to
Back
the
to
authentic.
authentic. Yeah, great. Right. So being able to be vulnerable and being confident and to be able to trust yourself no matter what's happening. I think that's the kind of confidence that you are trying to create. Not this, I can do everything confident. Does that resonate?
Yes, that can resonate.
Can, or does it really resonate with you?
Resonates 100%.
Okay. Yeah, because the answers cannot come from me. I'm just brainstorming with you.
Yeah, because sometimes the way you articulate, it's much articulated. So
Yeah, this is why I do
So
this
thank you
with
for that.
people. It's so that there's a biofeedback of going on inside of you. But at the end of the day, it's not what I say. It's more
it's
like,
become more specific actually.
yeah, yeah. So this is why I like doing this with people so that we can get better definition. And as you can see, just by me doing that in your brain, you're already picturing the version of Amanda of 10 years. But let me ask you a very fun question. Don't you see that all these 5 things is happening now?
It's actually happening. Yeah, it's actually happening.
It's now.
It's happening now.
Yeah. So why wait 10 years?
Yeah, I
You
don't
can
have to
just
wait
be
for
them
the
now.
10 years.
Right?
So actually when I envision that health and healing center, I keep telling to my community that I don't have to really wait for the building to rise or there physically.
Yeah.
I have to do it today. That's why I'm showing up.
Exactly. Right, exactly. I like that mindset because this is how things are. See, manifestation doesn't have to be so complicated, right? You know your North Star and then you start taking actions now as if this is already happening. So, which leads me to the last aspect of this structure, right? Which is your pathway or your mission. I'm gonna remove this. So you have 5 values, right? You have 5 values. Each values, and actually kind of in that moment of asking you to define what your values are, already I am sharing with you like what action steps you can take, because we want to be very tangible, right? So each value that you have leads to habits, behavior, mindset, put these 3 together, right? It's your daily mission on how you want to show up, but it's guided by the values. Guided by the values, right? There's nothing that we do in life that is not guided by our own true values. Like, you can never do things that is inauthentic to you. You can, but it just doesn't feel good.
Because it's
It's not who you are.
can be seen also if you're trying to fake. If I'm trying to fake things, then
Yeah.
people can feel it.
People can feel it, you can feel it, it's gonna hurt your body, it's gonna hurt your health, right? We all do the people pleasing thing, it's part of it. So, this is where, in your mission, which is the last step, how can you continue to embody and practice these values on a daily perspective? Right? And here's what you can do. Here's what you can do, right? There are the things that you can do yearly, you can do seasonally, every quarter, right? Quarter. Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. There are things that you can do monthly, weekly, daily. And this is what we call habit stacking, where you need to figure it out, like what are some action steps that I can practice daily, weekly, monthly, seasonally or quarterly, yearly, so that I can continue to build that person, right? The identity of 10-year version of Amanda to create the healing center. And that's something, this is your homework to figure that out for yourself. So you know that those little things that you do every day will eventually get you here. Little things like, I'm gonna wake up morning, meditate and breathe, do my yoga. I'm gonna shoot content every day. I'm gonna reach out to people and these are the types of people I'm looking for, and I'm gonna build a community. I'm gonna, find more people like Chiron who are creators and healers and things like, and bring them together and create a community. I am gonna, eventually, you're gonna get there.
Interestingly, I already have those creative minds.
Yeah.
Exist.
Yep. Right? So this is where, you know your action steps, you know what you need to do, and you have a very clear understanding. And this, my friend, is how you make choices before options come.
Got it.
This is your personal philosophy.
So clear.
Very
It's
clear.
Very clear.
It's super clarity.
Simple and clear.
Yeah.
I can say that this is the missing link that most people confuse, and they need to learn this. Not everybody can explain the way you explain. Something very deep and personal.
Any other experiences, feelings that you have experienced just as a result of going through this whole process?
It's become clear, actually, very clear, 100% clear, because I never changed my vision. My dream is already there, but the execution part, maybe I need to increase more, and I really have to take it seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the execution starts with really understanding what are actual action steps, habits, behaviors, and mindset that you're going to show up every single day. And then also build the projects that you're going to create weekly, monthly, seasonally, and yearly. And that will eventually give you a very clear understanding on how you're going to draft your year and making sure that those goals are aligned. And having a clear understanding means that you don't do too much too soon, and you can space things out at a very systematic way, so you don't have to rush yourself to that place. It also shows you your values, right? Let's just say you met people that is not within your values, then you have to be really careful of how do you gonna make collaboration and connection with people. So this thing shows you who you choose to hang out with, what environment you choose to put yourself in, what kind of lifestyle you're gonna create for yourself. And it's all within this, and I just gave you the entire structure and gave you a little bit of experience. So my encouragement is that, after this completes, is to go back into your own time, your own space, to reflect on this again. More insights will come through.
You already gave me a lot of insight, actually.
Yeah, it's gonna come through more when you take time to actually let this sit in. Now, before we close, there's one last thing that you already mentioned. I think it's just the execution piece that is difficult, right? And this is why this is the first step to emotional mastery, because the second step right after figuring out this map is to understanding what are the challenges What are the emotional blocks? What are the limiting beliefs? What are the toxic environment that you're currently putting yourself in, and how do you process those things and shift yourself out of it? This is understanding what it is. The next step is to eliminate and remove. And which we are not going to go into because this is already a lot, and it's already a lot on the nervous system, but this is definitely the start. And then the second step is to allow your subconscious mind to understand this so that it serves you rather than go against you.
You're really right that in terms of execution, the environment is very important.
100%. Yeah. This is how you find your internal environment, right? Then the next thing is that, okay, how do we create our external environment to create us? But this is where the next part of the work after this is to really understand, because we all know what we need to do. We all know why we want to do what we want to do. Most of us, 70% and above, or even dare I say 90% and beyond, a lot of us are not doing what we are wanting to do because of a lot of emotional baggage, a lot of subconscious limiting beliefs, a lot of fear of how attachments in relationships might be destroyed, and safety and those kind of things. This is why that's the next step, and this is the first.
Wow. I was just so amazed. Not just amazed, but you reminded me of my dream. Who am I today and where I am going.
Infinite love and gratitude. Thank you.
I'm going to execute that. Not just talking, but going
All
to
right.
do. Thank you so much for all this creative
You're welcome.
structure.
Yeah.
It's very important to me.
Yeah.
And I'm going to take action.
Yeah, I look forward to see what action you're going to take right after this.
Wow.
Awesome.
Thank you so much.